When Sword Art Online first hit screens in 2012, it quickly became one of the most talked about anime of the decade. With its groundbreaking premise of virtual reality gaming, epic battles and emotional twists, it captured the imagination of millions of fans around the world. But what exactly makes Sword Art Online so good? And why does it continue to spark debates even years after its release? In this video, we'll dive into what made SAO a massive hit. Its characters, animation, music, and yes, even the controversies. So buckle up for an in-depth look into the world of Sword Art Online. Let's start with the story. The premise of Sword Art Online is what hooked so many of us from the very beginning. Imagine a world where players log into a fully immersive virtual reality MMORPG, only to find out that they can't log out. The only way to survive is to beat the game. And dying in the game means dying in real life. It's an intense, high-stakes concept that immediately sets the tone for what's to come. This is where Sword Art Online shines the brightest. The Aincrad arc. It's fast-paced, the stakes are clear, and the sense of danger feels real. Each episode ramps up the tension as Kirito, our protagonist, fights to survive in this life-or-death scenario. But the story doesn't stop there. After Aincrad, we're thrown into Gun Gale Online, an entirely new world with different rules and a much darker tone. Then, we move into Alicization, which introduces even more complex themes like artificial intelligence and morality. However, as the series progresses, the pacing becomes uneven. While the show continues to innovate with new concepts, some fans feel that later arcs lose the magic of the original Aincrad arc. Now, let's talk about characters. Sword Art Online revolves around Kirito, the classic overpowered protagonist. On the surface, Kirito is the ultimate gamer, cool under pressure, skilled in combat, and always ready to save the day. But while some fans love his invincibility, others find him too perfect, with little character growth. Then there's Asuna. She starts off as a strong, capable warrior in Aincrad. But as the series goes on, she's sidelined into a more passive, almost damsel-like role. It's a frustrating shift for a character who had so much potential. Supporting characters like Sinon in Gun Gale Online and even Klein in Aincrad had moments to shine, but never quite reached the same depth. Many characters in SAO feel like they're there to support Kirito, rather than have their own complete arcs. It's a missed opportunity for a more character-driven storytelling. Visually, SAO is stunning, especially for its time. The animation by A1 Pictures is smooth, colorful, and dynamic. The battle scenes in Aincrad are well choreographed, with fluid motion and a real sense of impact. When you're watching Kirito slice through enemies, it feels intense and visceral. Later arcs, like Alicization, bring even more vivid, expansive worlds to life. The contrast between the fantasy-like world of Aincrad and the more futuristic settings of Gun Gale Online keep the visuals fresh. There are moments when the animation quality dips slightly during slower, less action-heavy scenes, but overall, SAO's animation consistently delivers. Since its original release, Sword Art Online universe expanded with spin-offs, movies, and video games. One of the most popular spin-offs is Sword Art Online Alternative, Gun Gale Online, which focuses on a different set of characters and offers a fresh take on the SAO universe. The movies, such as Ordinal Scale and Progressive, give us more time with these characters, while also expanding the lore of the virtual worlds. Progressive, in particular, revisits Aincrad with a new perspective, giving fans the detailed floors and battles they felt were skipped over too quickly in the anime. SAO video games are also hugely popular. Titles like Hollow Realization and Fatal Bullet let fans step into Kirito's shoes and experience these virtual worlds for themselves. It's no surprise that the SAO universe has continued to thrive in so many forms. Of course, we can't talk about Sword Art Online without addressing the controversies. One of the biggest criticisms is the portrayal of female characters. Kirito seems to build a harem of female characters who are all infatuated with him, leading some to label the show as a harem anime. While it doesn't fully dive into the harem genre, it's easy to see why some fans feel this way. The treatment of Asuna in particular has drawn criticism. After being such a strong character in Aincrad, she's reduced to a damsel in distress in Alfheim arc, sparking debates about how female characters are handled in the series. There are also uncomfortable moments involving sexual tension and forced romantic elements that have left a sour taste for many viewers. Additionally, the pacing in later arcs, like Alicization, has been called out for dragging out certain plotlines and sidelining character development in favor of action. Despite these criticisms, Sword Art Online has left a massive impact on the anime industry. SAO helped ignite the rise of the isekai genre, where characters are transported to different worlds, often with video game mechanics. Anime like Re:Zero, Log Horizon, and Overlord all followed in SAO's footsteps, exploring similar concepts of immersive, alternate realities. SAO was a game changer in more ways than one, and love it or hate it, its influence is undeniable. It opened the door for a new wave of storytelling, and became the blueprint for many modern anime that followed. So how is Sword Art Online so good? It's a combination of an incredibly engaging concept, memorable characters, stunning visuals, and a soundtrack that ties it all together. But it's also a series with flaws, uneven pacing, underdeveloped characters, and controversial moments that left fans divided. In the end, Sword Art Online is a polarizing show. It may not be perfect, but it's a series that took risks, and for that, it's earned its place as one of the most influential anime of the last decade. What do you think? Does SEO's brilliance outweigh its flaws? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth anime reviews. If there is a show you'd like me to review, let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time on Pad Animation.